We are just 8 days away from the trade deadline, and we're going to be making a ton of trade videos. Any rumor, any inkling of somebody that could come to this team to make it better, I am going to talk about it because we've already established that we need some help, specifically on the defensive line. We could use a running back. We can use a cornerback. There are a few pieces that we need, okay? And I put out a poll, and over 60% of you said that we could win the Super Bowl with our current roster. This was before Sunday's game. Well, I think we need a DE. You guys know how I feel about that. Somebody opposite Aiden Hutchinson, but we might get a DT. I don't know why we would get a DT when we drafted one in the third round who goes by the name Broderick Martin. We traded up to get a guy in the third round who goes by the name of Broderick Martin, who is still, after 7 games, still not dressed. Still not dressed. Well, you might be like, well, Derek, he's obviously not dressed because he's not ready. Well, why would you draft a third round pick if he wasn't ready? I don't understand. Kirby Joseph, ready. St. Brown, ready. 4th round. Ife Melifonwu, ready. In year 1. Why would you do it? But you know what? That's not what I'm talking about. Let's say we trade for a defensive tackle. There's a team that I think is going to be crumbling very soon. They go by the name Washington Commanders, previously known as the Washington Football Team. And I projected that Ron Rivera is going to get fired. They got new ownership. They're going to want to bring in their own guys. They got a couple of guys I got my eyes on, all on the defensive line. But, they could have some pieces on that team that we can go get. But I got a guy. I got Chase Young. Montez Sweat is the one that's probably going to get extended. But there is a very, very, very unhappy defensive tackle for the Washington Commanders. His name is Jonathan Allen. Jonathan Allen, he was interviewed yesterday by some staff of the Washington media. And here's what he had to say. Now, I'm going to edit this clip. I have to censor this clip myself in real time. I'm going to do the best I possibly can. But here's what Jonathan Allen had to say, okay, after the loss yesterday to, I want to say it was the New York Giants. Here we go.
What's the evaluation like after a loss like that?
They whooped our ass, plain and simple. Got to be better.
Anything they did that surprised you guys early on?
No, I want to say so. I think it's just a lack of focus on our part, a lack of attention to detail, not starting fast, and creating holes that are too big for us to overcome in the second half.
Does it get frustrating when that?
Yes, it does. I'm tired of this shit. Tired of this bullshit. Been saying the same shit. Tired of this shit.
What can you do now going forward to get it turned around?
Get our minds right and get ready to play Philadelphia.
I did the best I could. That was Jonathan Allen. And if you couldn't tell through all the beeps and all that stuff, he's getting tired of it. He wants to win. He said 7 years of this. 7 years. He's ready to win. Well, you know what, sir? We are winning. We're ready to win. And you can help us win more games, okay? Now, Jonathan Allen, I would prefer a DE over a DT. I already told you why. But Jonathan Allen wouldn't be bad. He wouldn't be bad, all right? So I saw how mad he was. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Poole. I saw this clip and I said, hey, I have to talk about this. Is Brad Holmes going to make a move? We don't know. He needs to. He needs to, because winning covers everything. Notice, when we were winning, we don't need to change. We don't need to trade for anybody. Defensive line is solid. It's solid. We've got a Super Bowl winning team. All of that until you start losing. And then now you realize, oh yeah, we don't get to the quarterback, right? So winning covers everything. It doesn't cure anything. The holes are still there. The missing pieces are still there. But now that you lost and you get exposed like you did yesterday, it's time to do something, right? Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Jonathan Allen. Drafted in the first round in 2017. This is coming from ESPN, obviously. His stats for his career, all spent in Washington. Not too bad. 7.5 sacks. That's not bad from a DT position. Anything I would say over a 4 or 5 is phenomenal. Phenomenal. 7.5. He already got 3 on the season. So right now he's on pace to get more sacks, probably the same or more than he did last year. 9 sacks the year before that. And he's never had no sacks. That's an oxymoron, right? Or what is it? A double negative? He's had at least 1 sack in his entire career. Worst year was his rookie year. And then second was the COVID year. Everybody had a bad COVID year. But when we're talking about Jonathan Allen's salary. What are we looking at? It says Jonathan Allen signed a 4-year, $72 million contract with the Washington football team, including a $30,000 signing bonus, with $35 million guaranteed and an average annual salary of $18 million. In 2023, Allen will earn a base salary of $14 million and a workout bonus of $500,000 while carrying a cap hit of $21.4 million and a dead cap value of $32 million. Best thing about this, if whoever traded for this guy, let's say they traded, they would have him for 2 more years. So they would have him the rest of this year, next year, and the year after that. And of course, you're going to have some bread to come with it. And what we've been talking about, we have been talking about Brad Holmes opening up the wallet, that he can no longer stop at the dollar store and shop at Five Below. It is time to get out of Dollar General. It is time to move above Five Below and get some quality game changers on this team. Now, you might be saying, well, Derek, you were just talking real good the other day. Yes, I was. We were winning. And I was dealing with, but one thing I did not ever change on, I have receipts, is a pass rush. Now, I would, like I said, DE all day. All day. First 2 letters of my name is DE, man. Bring me a DE. But if you find an unhappy DT, I take a DT too. Or at this point, just get help Chase. Get Chase. Help Aiden get to the quarterback. Now, some of y'all are torn. You're conflicted. Some of y'all want DE. Some of y'all want DT. Okay? Well, if we did go DT, whose name is not Broderick Martin, then, okay, we got Hutch. That's our DE. We still got Charles Harris and those kind of vagabond guys who could come in and, I guess, make some noise. But see, the blindfold is off. The veil has been lifted. And I've never shooed away from it. But now I'm going extra. Trade videos, free agency videos in the summer. If I talk about a position that needs to be addressed, I'm going to talk about that position that needs to be addressed. It's not a fire sale. The barn's not on fire. I'm not running. All right. Trying to flee. I'm tired. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. Winning covers everything, because the moment that you lose, and you lose the way you did to the Baltimore Ravens, now everybody sees what the reality is, because we haven't even talked about that we've played mediocre to subpar teams. Outside of the Kansas City Chiefs winning record, they didn't have one at the time. They haven't lost since they played us. So now all that asterisk stuff, oh, they were down. So were we. We were down as well yesterday, but I don't see nobody putting asterisks in our column, right? Nobody put asterisks in the column of the Detroit Lions that they were down David Montgomery, that they were down some offensive linemen, right? Nobody does that for us. So now the veil has been lifted for most of you Lions fans. It's time for Brad Holmes to make a move. And if you got an unhappy Jonathan Allen, and I think Chase Young was salty too. I'm sure he's tired of losing. If I'm not mistaken, I believe his rookie year is the COVID year when the Pittsburgh Steelers went like 11-0, and then they finally beat them. I don't even know if Washington has had a winning record since Chase has been there. I have no idea. I know they've made the playoffs a couple times with a sub 500 record, I believe. Either way, when you see unhappiness, you swoop in, you grab them. And we got them for 2 years. At this point, Brad, get anybody that can make a difference on this team. Because I don't want this year to slip away, ladies and gentlemen. This is only the beginning. Yes, I'm not saying sell the farm, but why would we let it slip away? We get to the playoffs. See, some of y'all, that's cool. We get to the playoffs. We in a division. Hercules. That's what y'all want. We good. We going to be there next year. Forget all that. Forget all of that. We have an opportunity. We was just talking about first seed last week, and now we're talking about we can just make the playoffs, just win a division, get a home game. I'm good. Successful season. Brad said we're ready to compete. So compete. Make a move. Make a move, Brad. I'm here all night, and I ain't going nowhere. Appreciate y'all. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. If you came out to the watch party yesterday, I appreciate you. I do. Every time we go, we lose. So we're going to take a little pause on November, and we're going to come back in December if that's what y'all want. They sad over there at Uno's because they love us. But that's I know some of y'all are superstitious. I'm not. But I don't want to ask you and then we don't get nobody there. All right? Take care of yourself, man. The veil has been lifted. Hey, and guess what? I put in that work. That work. I'll let you.